Hey everybody, it's the Aaronator here, and we got another episode of our Las Vegas GM commentary, episode 3, and this is episode number 3. So you haven't missed much. Make sure you go check out the last episode. That was a pretty good one. Well, not necessarily with all the losses we've got, but we learned that the Las Vegas Knights, I mean, they're not exactly a playoff team necessarily, but they're not like completely out of it. So I mean, maybe make a couple trades sometime in the future to see if we can like maybe bolster our future and our team at the same time, like a guy who's ready but he's a bit younger. Like I'm just gonna shout out a name, like basically for Calgary when they traded for Dougie Hamilton. Yeah, Dougie Hamilton would have been like that's an example. And we could trade for Dougie Hamilton, but I mean we could trade for lots of other guys, defensemen, offense, defense, goaltending, whatever you think we need to improve on mainly. Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, yeah, in this episode we're just gonna sim pretty much to probably to the trade deadline, or maybe a bit after the All-Star game, but we'll see how it goes. So you probably, if this is the first episode you watch, then you just want to watch it from here, then I'll just show you our team pretty much. That's how our team looked. We signed Wingles and who is it? Wingles and Irwin last episode. So if you guys are not liking the decision I'm making, then sorry, but I don't want to be completely OP, and I feel like right now our centers really need to be improved. So yep, that's what we're gonna do. We got Wingles to help us out with that, and hopefully Kovalchuk can keep on leading us. So we're just gonna start the simulation right now through another month. I don't know exactly if I want to get McDavid. I'm just gonna let you this. I don't know if there's anybody who's gotten McDavid in any of their GM modes, because McDavid is just, he's too overpowered, OP, I guess, because he's such a good player, and then he's basically getting a Crosby as long as he performs well. I mean, if we have Kovalchuk with McDavid, I think he's going to perform pretty okay. We'll just replace player. But I mean, honestly, you know what? I wouldn't mind getting Jack Eichel, because he's basically the exact same player, except he's a sniper. I made him in this game. And I mean, Eichel, I think it makes sense. Las Vegas, they want a flashy player like McDavid, obviously, and Corey Sarge. Just a second. I don't even know if I have a defenseman who can fill in for Sarge, so we're gonna check this out. And we don't. I didn't think so. So we gotta bring up a defenseman here. We'll probably just bring up one of San Jose's minor defensemen. Anybody we can bring up? I don't want to bring up Peckham. Well, yeah, we don't. We'll just bring up Peckham. The AHL squad already lost one of its better players with Tierney, so we're just gonna put in Peckham and replace him everywhere that needs to go. And it looks like we only need to fill him in the 4-and-4 and regular lines. So we'll just exit out of that. AHL lines will just be automatically done. So anyways, yeah. I mean, honestly, Las Vegas, I'm thinking more of a flashy team, big hitters, big scorers, like just flashy team. That's what I'm guessing you'd want to show for a team. And I mean, even like in Vancouver, one of the main things that they've wanted to do over the years is make sure that it's entertaining for the fans. That's why they pretty much don't want to go on a rebuild, but they're trying to get younger. So that's kind of difficult for you to do that when you're consistently a playoff team and you aren't getting the best picks. But yeah, so but Las Vegas, I mean, we're probably not a playoff team. We got too many veterans to be that much of a team. December, yeah, we'll just replace player. I'm pretty sure we got a forward up here. But I mean, honestly, I just wouldn't want to get McDavid because he's that OP. And I mean, obviously in real life, Jack Eichel's gonna be as OP, but because he's a creative player and stuff, he's not really as good. I think I made Eichel 4.5 green stars. I think I did. He might be 5 yellow stars though. I can't remember, but I know he's a sniper and he's gonna be coming right out. So we could get Eichel potentially. We also could get We could also get a guy like Dylan Strome, which wouldn't be too bad because I think I think he's around like 75, 76, somewhere around there. And I mean, he could be our first line center for the future. But here, this scouting is going to be a big thing. We got to get our amateur scout up as much as possible. We could also get Barzal, who isn't horrible. He's considered top 10 in this, but yeah, there's a lot of the guys. We could get Marner, Dennis Yan, who might take a while, but Yan wouldn't be horrible. Let's go for, let's go for the WHL. They got Barzal, so maybe we get Barzal. Who knows? But I mean, honestly, I would be thinking of more of a flashy team. That probably, you got to be energetic with the fans, but you also got to make sure that they're a team that's like they're a good team still, like a character team sort of thing. And I know it's sort of going off topic of the fact that it's like Las Vegas GM commentary, but I mean, the Vancouver Canucks in real life, personally, guys like Bo Horvat, I really like. He's a hard worker. He's honestly one of my favorite players just because he's a hard worker. He's good. He's got some offense, but he's focused on defense mainly. That's what you got to be. Defense is the main focus. Then you get in the offense, and then like he just has a good character. He seems like a good guy. So I'm glad. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Schneider. Maybe we could have got a bit more for an elite goalie. But I mean, like Schneider. But I mean, yeah, there's only so much you can do. So, and honestly, it's a good thing we didn't trade him to Edmonton. I'm glad we. Honestly, if we had to trade either Eddie Lack or Schneider to Edmonton, I'd rather trade Eddie Lack because I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Lack's gonna be a great goalie in the future, honestly. But I mean, it's gonna just depend on. I guess we'll just do this, but it's just gonna depend on. It's going to depend on a lot of things. I mean, goalies are much more unpredictable. So, speaking of which, we should probably get a goalie considering the fact that our starting goaltender right now is 40 years old, so, or 41. I don't know if he's gotten older, but yeah, it looks like we're not doing too well necessarily right now. And then we get a win, but Salo is going to be okay, so he'll be back. Ooh, you know what? Whatever. We'll replace him with James White. Centerman. Oh my goodness. And there's a loss against Anaheim. So, I mean, I personally don't see us as a playoff team. Yeah, 32 points. We're second worst in the league behind Dallas, who's doing pretty good. Edmonton's doing pretty good. I don't know why. I made them all bad players, but apparently, I guess Eberle and stuff are doing better. And I mean, it's just a game. I mean, flipping Pittsburgh's up there. I made Pittsburgh a bit worse, but I mean, it's okay. They'll do fine. I think they're going to be pretty good by next year as well. But, yeah, we don't need to check out stats right now. It's just going to be bad stuff. We don't need to know what's working or anything. We don't need to change anything. Just, I mean, we're just going to go through simulating really right now for this episode. So, it's going to be a much shorter episode. It's only at like the 8-minute mark, 9-minute mark, pretty much in between there. But, I mean, personally, we could probably get we could get some guys that can play now, or we could wait for the future. But I mean, we do have Kovalchuk, so, and I bet a lot of you guys are wondering, like, oh, why don't you trade Kovalchuk? Well, for one thing, I mean, who would take his humongous contract? And obviously, I am possibly looking to trade him in the future. I just won't trade him now, because he's the only really big asset we have. Andre Mao. I thought that was Andre Markov. I'm like, when do we get him? March 8th. Ooh. Yeah, we'll just do that manually just because. Grosenick, yeah, like, we definitely need to get some goalies as well, so. That's too bad. But, oh my goodness. Stop with this. You know what? Let me know if you guys want me to just skip this because, I mean, it is sort of taking away our time. It's just going to be a lot more editing, especially if we have more injuries, so. Maybe let me know if you think we should lower down the injuries. But I think the main reason we're getting so many injuries right now is because all of our guys are veterans. Like, the only guys who've gotten injured are, like, Todd Bertuzzi, Corey Sarge, like, all in their late 30s. There isn't no Tommy Wingles or Andrei Loktionov who are, like, in their prime. So, I mean, yeah. We should probably leave it. trading block. Should we do anything? You're not going to be able to trade those guys for a starting goaltender and all of the draft picks, but we probably should get some draft picks. This is going to be a deep draft, and it's going to be like really deep. I think this draft is going to honestly, like all the second, third, and fourth round picks, honestly, like there's going to be some 4 yellow star players in the 4th round. I guarantee it. There's going to be some. So, I mean, honestly, we could just trade for a couple 4ths and 3rds and some lower picks. Or we could get some higher picks and get some of the bigger guys, like 4.5 star. We might be able to get a late goaltender, like somewhere at the end of the 1st round. I've seen some 4.5 star, but also guys like I made a couple goaltenders 4 green stars because, yeah, I just made them that. So we could get one of those guys because they're gonna be more clutch, and I also made them their overall a bit better. Like some of the main guys who are in the game, like Mackenzie Blackwood or Callum Booth, or I think that's pretty much it. About a couple, and I made Ilya Samsonov, but I mean I've actually seen some creative players get really good. Like in one of my side GMs, I was doing Carolina Hurricanes GM. I like doing them just for fun, but one of the main things I like about it is, like, I've seen like Austin Matthews. I've seen him get to 96 when I made him. So, and he was with Columbus. I mean, obviously they had Ryan Johansson and stuff, but I mean, he was like his defensive category was even nice with that. That's what I like. I like a guy like Austin Matthews. Maybe we get Austin Matthews, but I like him just because he's good offensively and defensively, and he's basically, in this case, a Crosby. I don't think he was the best player in the game at that point, but I don't know. What should we gotta find like a franchise building block. Like obviously Kovalchuk is a great player, like a fantastic first liner pretty much. 90 overall, that's pretty good, but So let's check the All-Stars. The first All-Stars, this is the Western Conference. So Kovalchuk, see, look at that. Kovalchuk's on the flipping first line with Taves and Perry. I'd like to get a guy like Jonathan Taves personally, but that's going to be hard to get. A 2-way forward that's like 5-star. I mean, I think I've seen some in some guys' GMs, but I mean, they're hard to find, so. Matt Hutchinson was the goalie, the other goalie, aside from Jonathan. Like, that's crazy. 82 overall goalie, made the All-Star team. Alexander Semin on Montreal. No, that's not Montreal, that's Carolina. That's what it is. Yep, there you go. I just like seeing who made the All-Star team, any like even young guys, and see who made the team, because I don't know if maybe one of you guys will say that obviously you have seen someone not make the All-Star team that was on your that someone on your team, like nobody on your team made the All-Star team. You would say like, oh, I've seen that before, but I mean, I honestly I did like side GMs that I told you I do side GMs, but I did one with countries and made it so then I'd only be allowed to draft players. And I did one with Poland where I'm only allowed to draft Polish players. And I mean, I had some guys, and they just, like, we had 0-82 seasons for the first couple, and like one of my guys made like 60 overall. Like, they'd make the All-Star team. I've seen it happen. It just, and it's not because of the ice time and stuff. It is because it happened. So yeah. Right now, we should probably check out some defensemen, because we're obviously gonna need some defensemen. Maybe who? I want to look for like depth-wise, because like one with a lot of draft picks in it. So there's not necessarily a good one, but I know what. Let's just do the. Wait, I think we did the Q. Which one doesn't look scouted? I don't think we scouted this one too much, but we'll just do that for now. And I want to actually check, do we have any? Yeah, we do. We can. That's good. And we'll upgrade that just because it takes 10. We're not going to upgrade the medical staff, because we don't need that right now. We will need that in the future, but we'll just do this for now. We're at like 15 minutes now, so this episode was honestly just talking and stuff. Oh my goodness. You know what? Just replace player. I'm going to put him back in anyways. We probably just could do best lines for the AHL, because I mean, I don't really do anything else different, so I'll probably just do that from now on. But couple trades. Steve Bernier for Ryan Haggerty and Ryan Mantha. There's the standing. So yeah, we're completely out of a playoff spot. So we're on our way to getting McDavid, guys. So, oh no. Honestly, I gotta say that we probably should. I don't want McDavid. I hope someone else wins the lottery. Sorry guys for the cutout there, but anyways, yeah. So I was looking at stats and we were checking out stats and stuff. Getzlaf's leading the points. Holy moly, they must be having a good year. Wins, Carey Price is good. I think Carey Price would win the Vezina at this point. Most wins, best save percentage, best goals against average. We definitely should get us a guy like Carey Price. I'm not saying trade for Carey Price. I'm not just going to trade a first-round pick in Kovalchuk because it's that easy. Okay? We're not doing that. You know what? We're just going to sim to the end of this month. So I think we're at around the 18-minute mark. So hopefully, you know what? I'm at this trade deadline. I'm going to show you guys. I'm not gonna do anything right now, but I want you guys to leave in the comment section what should we trade for? What should we trade? Maybe, I mean, if you give me an option, I mean, let me know. Just say like Kovalchuk for this and this, and like maybe you know what, I'll consider it. But personally, right now, I'm just gonna let you know I don't want to trade Kovalchuk at the moment. I wouldn't be opposed to trading a guy like Pikkinen or Thomas. I actually wouldn't mind keeping Thomas though, because usually goalies don't retire in the first year, and there's sometimes not too many goalies. So if we want to be a contender next year, Thomas might have to stay for now. But honestly, a guy like Pikkinen would probably be the closest guy I wouldn't mind trading. You know, I'm just gonna do best lines, and Goldman's there, and Tierney's there, and we're completely fine. So yeah, there's not really anything. We can just do best lines. But yeah, we're just let me know what you think we should trade for, and should we trade for guys like Dougie Hamilton? I'm not saying Dougie Hamilton. I'm saying like Dougie Hamilton. So guys that are like they're young, and they're already NHL ready. So like let me know, because I want feedback. I want feedback from you guys. I want you to let me know what I should do. It's not just my GM mode. I make a lot of decisions. I am the GM, but you guys are, like, all of you guys watching are basically like my assistant GMs. So you guys could impact a trade very much. So just let me know, guys, that you think get better. And obviously you may not know some of the potentials if I change them, but that's okay. So you know what? I mean, honestly, we could go for anything. All we're doing is losing right now. So should we go for McDavid? That's my other question. What should we trade for, and should we go for McDavid? Obviously, a lot of you guys are going to say yes, but I mean, I don't want McDavid. Okay, fine. You know what? If we get McDavid, I will keep our first round pick. Obviously, we're going to keep it. But if we win the lottery, then we will get McDavid, okay? If we don't win the lottery, whoever wins the lottery at the end, it's randomized sometimes. Usually it's one of the top teams, but you never know. If we don't win, if someone else wins the lottery, say, I don't know who one of the other bottom teams was, I think Arizona was, I'm not trading for it. If another team decides they're going to trade for the first overall pick and it happens, it happens. But otherwise, I am not going to trade up to get McDavid, okay? I'm not trading up. It's only if it happens. And obviously, we're going to have a good shot, considering we're probably going to be the worst team in the league. Okay, I just need to let you guys know, I'm not trading up. I would trade up to maybe a second or third overall pick. Not, you know what, maybe not. The highest I'll trade up to, no, it doesn't matter. We're going to be the worst team. We're going to get the second overall pick, obviously, for guaranteed. So basically like Buffalo. But, oh wow, that went by so fast. And we only won one game in that entire time. We won 2 games. We won way more than I thought. But, yeah, we only have 21 wins. Okay, so Price is still at the top. Perry and Getzlaf are just ripping it up there. They got 75 points and 76 points each. Yager's doing pretty good, too. 49 assists. Ovechkin's got a lot of goals. So there's all the stats there. Crosby's got 69 points. Taves is up there. Datsuk, Nash, Stamkos. Yep, all those guys. Parise. You guys can check out the stats there. You just pause the video if you want to see it. So there's Hutchinson. It looks like he's one of their Winnipeg's top goalies. And I bet Winnipeg's a decent team. So, I mean, honestly, I don't see us going for a playoff spot. We could, but it's unlikely. So, let us know what we should trade for, boys. You can just pause the video if you want to see one of the things. Our division is very not strong. It's really not strong. But, let me know what you think we should trade for. Should we go for McDavid? I mean, obviously, you know what? Forget about that. All of you guys are going to say yes, so. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get out of here for now. So let me know. Again, trades. That's all I'm thinking about right now. That's pretty much it. So, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.